welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be 50 random facts about me. I have never done a video like this before, and let me tell you, 50 facts about yourself is pretty hard to come up with, or at least it was for me. Before I get into this video though, this is a collab with a bunch of other girls here on YouTube. I have become friends with them over the past month or so. We all auditioned for the Just Like That channel, so that's kind of how we met, and we've all just been texting back and forth, and they're awesome. Definitely go check on their channels. Everything is going to be in the description box below. Their channels, their Twitters, their Instagrams, their videos, everything, as well as I'm gonna have a picture of all of them right along here, so you can click on that. So just pause my video, so just pause me for a second, click on them, subscribe to them, watch their videos, and then you can come back to mine and watch that, okay? I'm just gonna be paused okay, so are you good? Are you back? Did you subscribe to all of them and, watch their videos and stuff? Did you do that? Okay, good. Now we can get into my video of the 50 random facts about myself. So I get asked this question a lot, how old am I? So I'm just gonna tell you, even though I've told you guys in so many videos, but I will be 26 in May. I have such a baby face, I know. I have never met my biological father, and I don't want to. He wasn't a nice person to my mom, and I just don't ever want to meet him. But my dad that I have now, who I claim as my real dad, and he's all I've ever known, has been in my life since I was 6 months old, and he loved me so much that he wanted to adopt me, so he's pretty awesome. I love him so much. And Dad, if you're watching this, just know that I love you, because I know I probably don't say it near enough, but I do love you. So yeah, I don't know my real dad, but I don't care, because my dad that I have now is my real dad, and he's basically I'm him. He's me. That's weird. You guys know what I mean though. It's basically he's my dad. He's all I've ever known, and he is amazing. I love to sing, but I'm so terrified to sing in front of other people. But singing has been something that I've wanted to do my whole life. I really just want to be a singer. My favorite singer slash person, maybe not person, my favorite singer is Kenny Chesney. I absolutely love him. He's coming to town the day before my birthday, so fingers crossed I can get some really good seats and I can go see him. When I was 2, I fell in a swimming pool and basically was in there for 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes before anyone found me. So it is literally a miracle that I am alive. On the way to the hospital, they lost me several times and had to pull the ambulance over and revive me. So it's basically a miracle from God that I am alive and I don't have anything wrong with me. The doctors were amazed that I didn't have any brain damage or anything, because being underwater for 7 to 8 minutes, it's crazy. So yeah, that's my little miracle story for you guys. I have really bad anxiety. Part of that stems from the fact that I did fall in a pool whenever I was 2, but I also just have regular anxiety. I also struggle with depression, mainly because whenever I was 13, I didn't take my anxiety medicine that I was on at the time, and it threw me into a really bad depression where I was suicidal. If you guys want more backstory on that, because I could make a whole video on just my anxiety and depression, let me know. I would love to talk about it with you guys, because I feel like I have a story, and I feel like we're given stories to share with other people and help them out. I could live on ice cream. If I could have ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, never gain any weight, I would so do that, because ice cream is my favorite thing. Ice cream, it's amazing. I was born and basically grew up, so from the time I was born to 15, I lived in Missouri. That's one of my favorite places because it's just home. Following that up, I have lived in 4 different states. I was born and raised in Missouri. I moved to North Carolina, then I moved to Tennessee, then to Connecticut, then I moved back to Missouri for a short time, and now I am currently back in North Carolina. My favorite TV show ever is Lost. I just sometimes go around quoting it. It's crazy. I love Lost. My favorite actress would probably be Hilary Duff. Not based on her acting skills necessarily, but I just love her as a person. I think that she's one of the few people that growing up, she didn't get into a lot of trouble, and she was a really good role model for her fans. And so I just really loved her. I loved Lizzie McGuire. It was amazing, and I just wanted to be Hilary Duff. Did anybody else want to be Hilary Duff? My best friend's name is Katie. We have been friends for 10 years now. We met at youth group for church. Like right after I first moved here, I started going to a youth group, and we've basically been best friends ever since. I love her so much, and I really miss her because I haven't seen her in like over a month because I live 2 hours away now. So Katie, if you're watching this, we need to fix this, okay? We need to fix this. I have known my husband for almost 10 years. When I first met him, I like had no interest in him whatsoever, and then like he tried to like get me to talk to him for like 5 years or so, maybe 4. He like really tried to get me to talk to him, and finally, it wasn't until after I moved away from North Carolina, I started talking to him, and he ended up driving all the way to Connecticut, which is a 12-hour drive, just to hang out with me, even though we were just friends at the time. And then it kind of became something more, and then we broke up because of the distance, but it was kind of a bad breakup, so we didn't talk for like 9 months, and then he started talking to me again right before I moved back to North Carolina, and then we just couldn't stay away from each other, got engaged, and got married. We met at Bible quiz, and we were friends, but I mean like we didn't talk a lot, and we lived 2 hours away from each other, and I kind of was in love with someone else for like 5 years, and so I just didn't really have time for him. But I'm so happy that like it all worked out and we're together now, because he's like my favorite person ever. So I love him. Like I just said right before this, I did Bible quiz. That's how I met James. But basically it's where you memorize books of the Bible and you quiz over it. I went to nationals. It was like a big part of my life when I was in high school. I really miss doing it actually, but yeah, it was just so much fun. I loved it, and it really helped me just grow and, you know, be closer to God. So I really like that, and I really miss it. I was homeschooled from 10th grade on. Actually, I was homeschooled my 8th grade year, and then I went back to high school for my 9th grade year, but then we moved and I was homeschooled basically due to anxiety and depression issues. That's what caused me to be homeschooled in 8th grade. But then when we moved, the school that I moved to had like 2,000 kids in it, which was basically the size of my hometown. So imagine like being dropped into like a school of 2,000 people and you don't know anyone, and you're just getting off of your anxiety medicine, and it's just like, ugh. So we decided to homeschool because that was just what was best for me. My favorite color is bright yellow, basically any shade of yellow. I have been to Disney World every year since I was 2. I've been multiple times a year, like sometimes we go once a year, sometimes we go like 4 times a year. It just really depends. I grew up on a farm, so we had cows and pigs and chickens and ducks and all kinds of stuff going on, and I loved it. I wanted to be a farmer when I grew up. My favorite song like ever of all time is Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard. I don't know why, I just love that song. When I was in 5th grade, I broke my wrist. I was running to get my mom's purse, and it was like one of those like long like over the shoulder purses, you know, and I tripped over her purse because I'm kind of clumsy, and I broke my wrist. But she like didn't think that I actually broke my wrist, so she was like, you're fine, just shake it off, whatever. And it turns out that I did break my wrist, but when we went to the ER that night, they said it was just sprained or whatever. But then 2 weeks later, when I had my doctor follow-up thing, he said that it was actually broken, and it was like a miracle that I hadn't like, the bone hadn't shot through, because like he was like, if she had fallen again, it would have done that. Because I didn't have a cast on it, I just had like a splint. So he's like, it's a really good thing that she's been wearing her splint the whole time, because it was actually broken. So I had a broken bone, but I've never had a cast. When I was little, I was lactose intolerant. I still kind of have issues with it, so I really don't have a lot of milk stuff going on, and I basically use all of my dairy stuff on ice cream when I have it. Ice cream really doesn't bother me, but if I do have like milk or chocolate milk, just a glass of it, it'll make my stomach hurt. But I kind of outgrew my lactose intolerance, I guess, but whenever I was younger, it was bad. I am allergic to penicillin, or like the whole psyllin family, and if I have penicillin, my throat will like close up and I can't breathe. I am not a morning person whatsoever. I hate mornings. I hate getting up early. I'm just not a morning person. I have been drinking coffee since I was 2, which might sound weird, but like not full glasses of coffee, but like my grandpa would give me sips of his coffee. And yeah, I was like 2 and drinking coffee. It was awesome. I love fishing. You may not know that about me, but I absolutely love to fish. And whenever I was 9, I caught a like huge catfish and was in our local newspaper because I caught this really big catfish. I never wanted to get married, like never ever wanted to get married, and yet here I am married, which is weird, but I'm so glad that I did. My favorite movie of all time is Jaws. I know I've mentioned this in a few videos. I have like a weird obsession with a great white shark eating people. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I will only eat my steak if it's medium rare. Like, I have to have my steak medium rare. It's weird, maybe, I don't know. That's just how I've always had my steak. I took a year of online college classes to become a teacher, and then I realized I didn't really want to be a teacher. I am so clumsy. Like, guys, I'm so clumsy. If there's a person that's gonna trip down the stairs, it's me. I didn't get my driver's license until I was 19, and the only reason I did is because my grandma had had a stroke. My grandpa had MS, so he wasn't driving anymore, and I needed to go back home and drive her to doctor's appointments and take care of her for the summer. My favorite band is Linkin Park, but I like old school Linkin Park. Their new stuff is like, what are you doing with life, guys? But I do really like old school Linkin Park. It just, their music never gets old to me. I am a Christian. I was born and raised Pentecostal. When I was little, I loved to play outside. I was always outside, always. Instead of playing with Barbies when I was little, I liked to play with farm sets. Yeah, I thought that I was a farmer. I legit thought that I was a farmer. I have never had any alcohol. I don't drink. I don't have anything against anyone that does drink. I just personally don't see the point in it. There's a lot of calories in it, and I've seen drunk people and it just doesn't seem fun. I cannot watch the news or like read news stories because it makes me really depressed. I refuse to watch R-rated movies. And I know that may sound weird because I'm like almost 26 and you're like, you can totally see an R-rated movie. I just personally don't want to watch an R-rated movie because they use the F word a lot, and I know they do that in PG-13 movies, so I'm actually kind of picky about movies in general. I don't want to hear the F word. The other words I don't mind as much, but I definitely don't want to hear the F word all the time. It's just, ugh, that word makes me cringe. I absolutely hate it when people use other people's pain to get attention. I hate being alone, but I also love being alone at the same time. I just like want to be alone in like my room, but I want to know that there's other people in the house with me. Does that make sense? Like, I don't want to be alone. I love playing The Sims, and it's pretty bad. Like, I'll start playing The Sims and it'll be like 5 hours later before I realize, I haven't had anything to eat. I haven't gone to the bathroom. I'm not even sure I've talked to anyone. Like, maybe I should stop playing. It's bad. I just start playing and it's just like this black hole and it sucks you up. And like 5 hours later, you're like, oh, hey, what happened? This might be another TMI moment, but my least favorite part of my body is my boobs because I have big ones, you know, and I wear a, what is it, 36 double D? Yeah. I'm not proud of it. I never wanted boobs, but then I just got a lot because it kind of runs in my family. My anniversary is 12/13/14. I chose that because I thought that was really cool, the 12/13/14. Also, fun fact, it marked the year since James and I started dating again. So it was like our year anniversary. I do not like babies. It's not that I don't like them, but they like drool on you and they spit up and they poop and pee, and I just don't really ever want to have a baby. Like, I don't know. I personally just don't really want to have kids. I wouldn't mind adopting, but I don't want to have my own, and I'm not a huge fan of babies. So like when somebody's like, oh, look at this baby, it's so cute, I'm just kind of like, it's just a baby. I love to go places, so if if James was home and he was like, hey, I'm gonna run to like GameStop or Target or whatever, I'd be like, I'm going. Like, I just like to go. I like to get out of the house and I like to go places. So yeah, whenever I lived at home, if my mom said she was going to the grocery store, I was like, I'm going to the grocery store with you. It's weird. I just love to go. My mom always said I have the got to goes. When cooking dinner, I pretty much dirty up like every dish in the kitchen. I feel like I dirty up a lot in the kitchen. It's weird. Like, I'll make dinner and there's like this huge mess. I don't know. I get that either from my grandpa or my grandma. I can't remember which one. I think it was my grandpa that did that. I don't know. He taught me how to cook, so maybe that's where I got that from. I'm not sure. But yeah, I dirty up like every dish. I am super, super stubborn and very hard-headed. And if you tell me that I can't do something, I'm gonna show you that I can. I love dogs. I actually, growing up, we raised miniature rat terriers, so I was constantly around dogs and puppies. I learned how to take care of them, and I just love dogs. I can't see my life without a dog. I was born on Memorial Day, so May 29th, 1989 was Memorial Day, and I just think that's really cool that I was born on a holiday. Alright, and for my last fact, you guys, I'm going to talk about why I started doing YouTube, because I constantly get asked this question, like, who inspired me to start making videos? My grandpa died 4 years ago, and I was heartbroken because he was like my favorite person in the whole world. So when he died, I like didn't know what to do with myself. I was so like lost. Didn't know what to do with myself, and I found YouTube. Like, I already knew about YouTube, but I didn't realize that people vlogged or made makeup videos or anything like that until my grandpa passed away. And for some reason I just got sucked into YouTube videos and I just could not stop watching. And it was then that I realized, hey, I could share my life and my stuff on YouTube. And from there, it just became like this passion. So that's why I do it now, because I absolutely love making YouTube videos. I love interacting with you guys. I love just sharing my life experiences and talking about makeup and everything. So that is why I do YouTube. So that was a super long video because 50 facts, whew, it's a lot. So we made it, we got through it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned a little bit more about me. And if you want a video on anything that I talked about, if you want to know more about it, leave it in the comments below. Also leave some fun facts about yourself, because I love getting to know you guys. And yeah, so leave me some facts about yourself. I'd love to know what you guys are all about. Don't forget to check out all of my friends. Like I said, everything is going to be in the description box, so you can check all of them out. They're super sweet. I love them, and you guys need to go check them out and give them some love. So that's going to be it for this video. I love you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.